Welcome everyone to Carol Worldwide. It's been a week for you. It's been 2 weeks for us. And before we get into our written topics, Sherri did not want to actually talk to us in person. She wanted to talk to us in podcast about something. What did you want to talk about?
Okay, so this is something that happened to me 1/2 hour ago.
1/2 hour ago. So at 12:32.
But it's actually happened.
Oh wait, sorry, 11:32.
It's actually happened to me before. So I wanted to see if you guys had some thoughts.
It's happened to you before?
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, there's certain types of social etiquettes for all different situations in life. And the one in particular that I'm thinking of today that happened to me is the social etiquette for the self-checkout aisle.
Oh, God. Okay.
So...
Ooh, I'm very interested in this.
I'd like to subscribe to your newsletter.
Me too.
Do you have a podcast?
So... I was in a particular store buying things for the cafe, as I am wont to do. And
what cafe is that?
Birdie's Cafe.
Smoke free.
Beautiful Main Street in downtown Westminster. Okay. So I'm buying some stuff. I'm flying by the seat of my pants today because you guys screwed up the schedule for me.
No, I screwed up the schedule.
Dennis screwed up the schedule for me. And so I'm in line, and I'm doing the self-checkout because I like to bag my stuff in a particular way when I check it out. In order, well, no, I mean, it's not like some dinosaur that takes forever to do these things, but
No, I didn't think so.
I want things to be done in a particular way so it makes it easier for me to take it out of the car and etc.
You have a particular set of skills.
I do have a particular set of skills. But so I'm checking out, and I got these 2 beautiful fern plants for my aunt because she said something last night about she wanted some ferns. So I've got these. The ferns are the last thing that go through. And there's
what store were you at? Do you not want to say?
I'd rather not say. But
Can
anyway,
you write it down on a piece of paper?
It's one of those ones that has a long belt at the bottom of it.
Okay, very good.
And so your things tend to stack up.
Yes.
So.
It's a little bit to manage doing it on your own.
It is a little bit to manage doing it on your own. And I was on my own today, which I'm normally not. So I get to the end, I pay my bill, and I notice that there's these 2 people standing right behind me in line. Even though there's other places open, there's these 2 people.
Yeah, but there's no Sherri in those places.
Elderly people standing in line behind me.
Uh-oh.
And so I pay, and I already have my stuff bagged. I'm going to move it into the cart. And the last thing that I want to move into the cart are these delicate fern plants.
The ferns. Oh, no.
So this woman...
Wait, Randy, choose your own adventure. What do you think happens next?
I have no idea.
Okay, here's my choose your own adventure, Sherri. In Sherri's life, all right? Rewind. This lady starts sending crap at your ferns before you've cleared the area.
That's exactly what happened.
Boom.
But you haven't cleared out.
I haven't cleared out.
Did you say something?
You're damn right I said something.
I forgot who I was talking to.
Tiger
I
punch.
turned around to this old lady and her husband, and I said, you can't wait 2 minutes for me to put this stuff in the cart? And they ignored me.
Oh.
And continued to send their stuff down. So I started pushing it back up. That was very dramatic.
Yeah, but
This whole thing is dramatic.
Yeah. So
It needs to be dramatized.
My question is there an etiquette that exists
Yes.
that I'm not aware of? Because I wait for someone else to clear out of that area before I start scanning my things.
So here's the problem. So you guys are avid self-checker outers.
I
I
am.
loathe self-checking out. And here's why. The area for the self-checkout, no matter if it's one of the ones like at a grocery store that is just like a flat area where you stack bags as you do it, or one of the ones where you roll it down a conveyor on your own, they do not have enough clearance to adequately do the job. Like, I run out of space in the self-check line to actually stack my groceries sometimes. And if you have one of the conveyors, like, they stack up to the point where you're like in a backup, stack up to backup. Like, but what Sherri said.
Are you rapping right now?
I got the soul of a rapper.
Well, here's the other. I can tell you that was not Giant she was at, because Giant has, this is why I like Giant, their technology is a bit more advanced in the self-checkout, in that if you have stuff in that area, the computer will it has sensors there, and it won't let you continue until you've cleared out that area. So the screen won't let you begin your order until that person has bagged everything. So they're kind of forcing the etiquette. So I don't even think we need a Judge Dennis for this.
No, there's no Judge Dennis. But
Again, it's the social contract we were talking about a couple weeks ago.
If you, they should go get, like, you don't, if you were in a non-self checkout line and the person's still bagging, you don't get your groceries scanned there either.
No, you do not.
Because that person's still bagging.
So they never said a word to you.
They never apologized. They never said a word to me. They ignored
Do you think
me.
they were oblivious?
I don't know if you guys are familiar with the tone of my voice, but I'm not often ignored.
Were people in other lines looking at your situation?
I'm not sure. I wasn't.
Okay.
I wasn't.
That would have been the test.
No, I believe they ignored you. But do you think that they were oblivious as to their initial sin? Do you think it's possible they are just like doddering that they just sort of like started?
They did not appear to be feeble-minded.
Okay.
They just appeared to be impatient.
Yeah, I mean, self-checkout is the pits. I hate it. You two can respectfully disagree, but like this is one of the reasons why.
Yeah, it's a war zone, but we're warriors, so it's okay.
I'm more of a peacetime guy. You know.
I gave them a little nasty comment as I left
say,
as well.
ma'am, sir, I have a podcast. You'll be hearing from me.
No, I didn't. I said something with profanity in it.
Go be old somewhere else.
Well, I just don't. I don't understand. Like, and what the thing is, it's like you're even if like even if you hadn't said anything, you could just have someone unscrupulous just take your crap and go.
I considered taking
yes,
the
you can.
things.
Well, at this place you can't because they will check at the door.
I considered taking the things.
But I'm just saying
now everybody knows where it is.
Well, when you intermix a bunch of stuff, someone can just walk off with your stuff if you haven't let the other person clear out theirs.
If my ferns hadn't been crushed by...
Were your ferns crushed? Did
yes,
they survive?
There was a bunch of leaves still left on the conveyor belt.
Did you... Oh, I guess you didn't have time. You could have marched up to the counter and said, these people ruined these ferns.
Well, I mean, it's not the store's fault.
She's not a tattletale. She handled it.
I did. They heard me when I left. I looked right at them.
A day in the life.
They're probably doing a senior podcast right now.
They were clearly of the age of people who were retired. They were not in a hurry.
Telling their side of the story.
They had no good reason to be in a hurry. They're at their
they have every reason to be in a hurry if they're that old.
Time's ticking.
Yeah, really.
Anyway, that's what happened to me today. So know your etiquette, people. Come on.
Yeah, I just don't think this isn't even a marginal call. You just can't do that.
Right, you can't.
I was wronged today, everyone. Wronged.
Mm-hmm. We're with you.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, don't you think the senior citizens get too good a rap? I think people are think senior citizens are nice, and I don't think they're universally as nice people.
I don't think they are. I think they're entitled. I think they're a lot like toddlers.
I don't dislike senior citizens, just to be clear, but I think that in service
I do.
But in service scenarios, I find that they have a disproportionate amount of problems. I'm gonna
dislike myself when I'm a senior citizen.
Well, you're already bubbling with self-loathing. You're just gonna have even more.
Okay, it won't really. I thought he was gonna make some remark about my age. I thought he was a minute away from saying well, you're gonna be a senior citizen any day now, Sherri.
Who would say that about?
Why would he say Sherri? Oh, him, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant the guy at the grocery store.
Oh my God.
He knew you. This was actually. This was a big.
You're asking a lot.
This was a hit on you. So,
hang on. I got something now that we didn't even talk about. Wasn't even on the list.
Oh no, we're never gonna get done this.
I know, but this is really excellent material. Okay.
All right.
Oh goody.
So
what's the deal with airline food?
Exactly. What is the deal with airline peanuts, food, everything? So I got permission to discuss this.
Okay, permission granted.
So first of all, Westminster Online Light is a community group that was a splinter cell of Westminster Online Community because...
Oh, man, my eyes are starting to cross. Okay.
Because, the stuff was getting deleted, it was being over-censored, people were getting kicked out,
Westminster Online is pretty heavily moderated.
It's too heavily moderated, in my opinion, and the person that started Westminster Online Light thought so also. So he created this group. Mm-hmm. It got to the point where this is the barber. We're talking about the barber at the mall.
I know.
7 days a week, smoke free. Mm-hmm. No appointment necessary, but you can use Booksy. So he and somebody else started this group.
Okay, Westminster Online Light.
Yeah, and then it started getting out of control. It got thousands and thousands of people in there.
Okay.
And people started posting memes and disgusting stuff, and he started heavily moderating it by approving all the posts, right? Out of this,
so
a splinter cell group started
Okay.
That
a
is
spin-off of a spin-off.
of a spin. Yes. Yeah.
It's like
exactly.
the movie Multiplicity.
It's like Happy Days and Mork and Mindy.
So this other group is like they want to post other like really over the top disgusting memes and fart jokes or whatever and gifs.
Okay.
And somebody I know had described it as the venereal disease of the internet. This group is. Anyway,
Not you.
No, not me. I didn't say that. So Brian had to mute this one guy because he just wouldn't shut up. So he muted him. Aside from
he didn't ban him, he muted him.
He didn't ban him. He was none of his stuff got approved because it was all disgusting. And Brian was like, "Look, we got to have some kind of standard in this group. It's a community group, not a disgusting meme group." So he muted this guy. This guy proceeded to prank call the barbershop multiple times. Asking if he could get his balls shaved and stuff like that. Real sophomoric stuff.
Oh my God.
So finally,
that did not go over well with Brian, I'm sure.
Well, he was very patient about it. From the story, in this day and age, you don't prank call people. You can easily get blocked and have it stopped, or you can have your number traced very easily. Like prank calls in 2019 are probably one of the dumbest things you can do.
Well, we're far away from the crank yankers heyday.
Yeah, and it gets even dumber.
The jerky boys.
So finally, a barber says to the guy,
A barber.
What? What?
You say a barber?
The barber.
I thought we were going like faceless barber.
The barber of Seville.
He says to the prank caller, "Look, you're calling my business. It's enough already. I'm going to block you if you keep doing this. It was funny at first. Now it's stupid. Knock it off." So the guy stopped, but he gets one more phone call. He answers it. It's the prank caller's mother.
Oh my God.
Apologizing for the actions of her son.
Adult son or
Adult son.
Are you kidding me?
Who lives in her basement and has a habit of doing this.
Of course he does.
And is now punished.
Oh, that's a wonderful story.
Isn't it worth it?
Yeah, it is.
So good.
The troll in the basement.
So he probably even knows about the barber because he was walking on his way to GameStop or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Oh man, so that's like peak internet. But
Zenith.
I do have to say, but like, has the admin become the admin, right? Because like he wanted to live in the Wild West, and he realized that he needed rules.
Heavy is the head that wears the crown.
Somewhat, yeah, but I think he's doing a pretty good job.
Well, I'm not criticizing the job, but it's just sort of like, I think because I had an experience like this in like Internet 1.0 where I did like a blog, and I just like said I'm not going to really moderate comments as long as they're on topic.
Right. Oh yeah. Then
and
you get too many people.
And like I had like a bunch of it destroyed the whole thing because I thought, oh, people are adults, freedom of speech.
Mm-hmm.
Wrong.
Totally
wrong. That was like
They can't be trusted.
2005 or 6, and it was just like a complete mess. And I just I totally changed my opinion about all this stuff. And like you have to moderate. And that's why I said I never want to be an administrator, because it's like totally thankless.
Yeah.
Because everyone's like, oh, this would be fine. It's like, well, but I have to say something. Like, you can't just do it all.
But it brings up an interesting.
If you don't, you're 4chan.
As Sherri said, yeah, really. As Sherri said, a social contract. Mm-hmm. As a user, you enter a social contract that you have to do what the administrator wants you to.
You do more than that. You enter terms of use with Facebook.
Terms of use with Facebook, and the administrator of the group is the ruler. You don't have free speech. You're in somebody's house basically, and you abide by their rules. You get kicked out or you get whatever. But the administrator. We're saying administrator because we're making fun of somebody who was called administrator minister a long time ago.
You want to cut in that clip right now?
I might have to leave this group of assholes.
If you look at the rules, a administrator has broken many rules. Time to boot.
Who the f*** are you?
You are fired. I'll have to look in the archives.
You have a.
I do have it. I'll pop it
Is
in
that before my time?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
We're doing some inside
It was in
joke.
the episode Drama 101, which I think we still have in our archives, which is really good. But,
Trust me, it's good.
It was before me. Don't bother listening.
Right. The administrator enters a contract where if they don't allow the users to be themselves, they're going to lose users. So it depends on if you want users, you've got to everybody has to walk this line to be civilized adults, basically.
Well, I think
And that's hard to do, apparently.
the clearest thing is the internet. The lack of immediate social cues and repercussions makes clear that like people don't actually have that skill.
Exactly. Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's completely, it's not a skill people have. The only thing that some people need is like fear of like physical punishment.
Which does happen sometimes online when you mouth off to the wrong person.
Well, not that often. Physical punishment. You don't get your ass beat.
It has happened.
I mean, it has happened, but I mean, like, I'm just saying that half these internet tough guys are not so tough in person.
There was one.
More than half, I'm going to dare
not.
say.
There's a group called What's Really Going On in Hagerstown,
Ooh.
where
Ooh.
this guy mouthed off to this other guy's wife. And
I think you told me about this.
yeah, he showed up. The husband challenged the mouther offer to a fight.
To a mouth off.
The guy walked. They both Facebook lived the fight. So you see the guy walking to the row home and the guy at the row home at the stoop waiting for the guy. Like,
It's harder
for
to
both
fight with a
views.
phone in your hand.
But it's funny because they did, and then you see the phones fall to the ground, and then like somebody else grabbed one of the phones. Like it kept going, and then they a third party videoed the fight. It was like obviously the worst fight you've ever seen. I mean, everybody involved is completely out of shape, and
They're gassed
just
in 10 seconds.
somebody's the guy never took off his Beats, his headphones during the fight.
Protect your ears.
He was,
Oh
they
my
were
God.
playing. He was playing his fight song in his ears.
I guess
Eye of the
when he
Tiger.
needed it.
I don't know,
Yeah,
but
Eye of the Tiger.
sometimes it does get physical, and it turned out the guy that was mouthing off ended up being like a convicted pedophile or something.
Holy crap. All these
Yeah.
stories are taking very interesting turns
They
today.
really are.
It's a great show.
Very
It is.
interesting turns today. So,
And here we are, angelic and pure.
Speak for yourself.
yeah. Well, so I was prophetic last week because I talked about snowballs, and snowballs were the cold topic online this week.
Yeah.
Tell us why.
Somebody complained that there was a snowball place that was too expensive and didn't have enough ingredients or something.
There's no snowball place that's too expensive. They're cheap. That's their thing.
Okay.
I mean, that's the thing, right?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
so they said it's too expensive, and then there was a big altercation
And
online about it.
Not enough ice and not enough flavoring or something. I don't know.
I don't know, but you have the right to not buy snowballs from a certain place and buy them somewhere else. It's like you need better problems when you're upset about a snowball.
Let's run through our rules. Doesn't sound like they talked to the manager or the ownership first, did
No, it did not sound that way.
they? They went straight to the internets.
They did. They did. And you know what? I'm going to interject a PSA here that is actually very good timing. So, July 13th, 2019,
In the year of our Lord.
in the year of our Lord, 8 a.m. to 2 p.m.
What part of the Irish Peninsula?
No, this is going to be at our very own Ag Center.
Oh.
The outdoor part of it. It's a fundraising flea market for the Carroll County Humane Society, July 13th, starting at 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Now, they're going to have giveaways, raffles, food, and snowballs.
Oh.
Right back to what we were talking about. So anyway,
I'm going
Snowballs.
to go there and complain. Be like,
Do you think
"Hey,
people will complain?"
Hoffman's right the street. Why are
yeah,
you here?
really.
That sounds
Ice
like-
cream and snowballs are
sounds like
very
a good
different.
idea.
Somebody did bash Hoffman's in that thread somewhere.
Oh my gosh, they should be taken out and shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Let's just go straight to capital punishment. I agree. But there was like a lot of back and forth. I think the owner chimed in and thought this was a different angry customer too.
Oh really? I didn't read the
Oh
comments.
no! Somebody started cussing and screaming at the teenager that was working there.
But not this person who posted.
It wasn't. It was not the original poster. It was someone else. It was like this place apparently is controversial because there was another person that was seen complaining about the place. Well, why would you screaming and cussing at the teenager working there?
It's not like
You're
they,
a low class idiot if you're doing that.
It's not like they smashed anyone's ferns.
Exactly.
No ferns were damaged
Maybe it was
in the
that-
recording of this podcast.
Maybe it was that person. Maybe it was those old people.
Yeah, these old people. They're like, what if that's the thing? They're like this like nefarious agent of chaos and discord that just like wanders through the streets of Westminster causing problems. Perhaps they knew the person that was at Shoppers.
Now, what exactly happened there? Just somebody started jumping around and
Sherri, you seem to be insistentious about it. Tell me.
That was an amazing story, and
this was on the Westminster Online community.
It was on Westminster Online, and this woman posted that her and her daughter were at Shoppers to get donuts, and
the heir apparent, right?
The only donut in town.
Some guy all tweaked out on something, just rummaging through all the donuts and touching them, and apparently he looked unkempt.
He was sticking his fingers in them specifically,
in
right?
the apple fritters.
I think like it seemed like fetishistic.
That sounds a little,
It sounds like he was
a
like
little American Pie right there.
sticking his finger in each one.
Yeah. And then I guess he was roaming around the rest of the store, maybe fondling other things, and management was following him but not saying anything to him.
Wouldn't you say something if somebody was touching all of your baked goods?
Let me tell you what I would do to somebody who was touching my baked goods.
We're listening.
They wouldn't be in there much longer. That's just ridiculous.
That's a letdown.
Randy, get your finger on the trigger right now. If you want to go home and fuck your own donut that you bought, that's your right as an American. Or pie, right? We're naming the 4th of July. But you can't do it to the store's product.
He wasn't.
You gotta buy that shit first.
You can't.
He wasn't fucking them. He was foreplaying them. He was being romantic with the baked goods.
Third base the donut.
Yeah, so that woman did a little PSA of her own, warning everybody that I guess people fondle the donuts at Shoppers.
Oh gosh, this is
that's
just
why they
rocked my
taste so
world.
good.
A little bit of meth on them.
Yum yum yum.
That's just unfortunate.
It was.
That kind of reminds me of somebody else posted on the same group. What grocery store would you like to get rid of?
Oh, I know what Randy
in Westminster.
Answered.
Yeah, you know what my answer was, but
what's your answer?
Splice the sound clip in here.
Listen, I went to Food Line. There was a boot on one of the carts.
how does that even happen?
But you didn't have to put a quarter in to get your cart.
You'll catch a stabbing in aisle 7 at that place.
Wow. I might have edited that part.
Why? By the time I was at Frozen Foods, I was on crack and had a baby. Food Lion.
Oh yeah. Where you get stabbed and pregnant or something?
Yeah, and they bleached their meat, or they at least were caught for that several years ago.
It's probably been decades at this point, but yes.
Bleach their meat?
Yeah, that's not a euphemism. They actually.
Yeah, that's not. That's not a popular trend that's going on.
Dear God.
Ain't gonna find that at Shoppers.
I saw something late to the party. I don't know if you guys even saw it. That someone was posting that if you're looking for a job, don't have your parent or loved one go look for jobs for you.
Well, duh.
No kidding. I think that had 638 likes. So, like, I'm sure this person actually experienced that. But I just want to say, like, I don't think I haven't experienced that with the newer generation that, like, they are asking people to find them jobs, like, pathetically. No. But but I think what it is, it's not millennials. It's Gen X parents that are helicopter parenting and doing that. It's not the millennials' fault if their parent is doing that, right? Or this might be Gen Z, I guess, too.
I guess if they're talking about teenagers right now, we're talking Gen Z. I have had one experience where a person was reluctant to come talk to me about getting a job and had their mother do it on their behalf, and I instantly shut down. I was just like, no. You can't work here if you can't even ask me if I'm willing to give you a job.
Now, what if there was
an interview?
What if it was like a shy guy or gal, and like mom or dad was like 5 feet back, just like sort of not saying anything, but in the vicinity?
No.
Still no. But would you respect the attempt if they tried it on their own?
I mean, I guess I would, but
do you get a personable job?
98% of what you do at my cafe is interacting with other people all the time. So you're not going to be hiding in the back. You're going to actually have to talk to new and different people all day long. So
now, what if like a regular came up to you and be like, "Oh yeah, someone's such for the summer. Do you mind if they contact you?" And then that person contacted you. Is that totally normal?
No, that's normal. I think that's normal.
Yeah, so like you can still network on people's behalf.
That's not the parents trying to drag their kid into the prom.
Right.
That's normal. I mean, I've absolutely gotten the foot in the door for my kids because of people I know, and they have jobs now because of it. But I didn't get the jobs for them.
Right.
I didn't go in the interview. I didn't say I won't be your friend anymore if you don't hire my kid. I just said, hey, are you hiring?
I could just see you posing as one of your children on a phone interview or something.
Yeah, right. There's only one I could pass for over the phone.
Birdie.
Birdie.
There you go. Yeah, I thought that post had like 1 million likes, but I just hope that people realize like, yeah, I agree with that sentiment, but it's like I don't think I would want to bash on that whole generation over it. I'm just sensitive to that because we hate kids here.
Well, yeah, but I have to disagree with you over this thread because it seemed like absolutely everybody agreed with the original poster.
Oh yeah, I agree with the original poster too. But like it's just like, are they agreeing like damn kids won't ask for their own jobs, or like
I think they were bashing the parents.
Yeah.
I think they were Gen X parents were getting the bash.
They were pro kids.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, I felt
Ding-a-ling, pro
yeah,
kids.
when
I didn't read the comments. I just read the original post and saw there was so much activity.
What do you me?
Hey, this is late. This is late in the game. I had my other job that pays me money to do.
No.
Unfortunately. Gosh, money. So what do we have next?
McDonald's.
Oh, I didn't even have that on my list. Man, Randy, go
That
ahead.
was a good one. So I think that we should do a dramatic reading of this because this post was just glorious in so many ways. Sherri, would you like to do the honors?
I would love to.
Was it a female poster?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Here we go.
Red leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow. Should I do an accent?
Yes.
Okay.
You do what the piece inspires you to
Okay.
do.
You're the thespian.
I just seen where someone just posted about McDonald's where you are to check your order that are putting the wrong sandwich in the wrong boxes. Not only that
God.
but you have to make sure that the burger are cooked done. And that's the first pause for a period.
Oh, there's a period there.
Yes. Okay. My husband went there over the weekend, and now I'm getting
You're
I'm getting into
developing
character.
one.
My husband went there over the weekend and got a quarter, and when he went to rat it, it was raw inside. He took it back. They replaced it. It was nice and hot. I went there today and got a quarter pounder, and it was not cooked completely done. When I took it up to the manager, she said that is how they are cooking them now. I told her, that was not an actual pause. I just had to take a breath. I told her that they will not be cooking mine that way, that I will not be eating there anymore.
Oh.
I was told that it was happening a lot lately, so just beware.
You started out South Carolina. You ended up Savannah, Georgia.
I did.
It was like Sherman's March to the Sea through
Well,
there.
Gone with the wind.
I got dumber and dumber as it went on. I don't know.
I
don't know
got
what
dumber
happened.
and dumber as it went on.
Now, people will call us grammar Nazis and pedantic and all that stuff, but it really does matter when you write something well, when something is well written.
Of course it does.
This same message written out well could have been very persuasive, inspirational, all that stuff. It matters. I saw somebody write, remember that one woman that wrote about having a dog in Denny's? Ridiculous content, very, very well written.
She was so articulate about
yes.
that. Yes.
And it was a very good
It was.
conversation. This, everybody's like, huh? What?
I certainly allow for like a mistake in that, but like there's just like it of course interfered with making your point.
This was unreadable. Yeah.
Well, I mean, we read it.
Well, we technically read it. Yeah.
that-
That's me. It's my office phone.
Oh my god. Oh, can you answer the call?
Can you
on
answer
air?
the call on the air?
No, that would be a disaster.
He's what is he? Does he know how to use a phone?
I'm going to
This is like 2001. He's just like,
I think this is the first time I've ever heard the phone ring here.
because I usually put it on.
he's saying he doesn't have any business.
Yeah, really. I'm a nonprofit.
he waits 39 hours a week for us to show up. The rest of the time is just playing with
Speaking of
robots.
nonprofits, can I do a PSA right now? Is that okay?
Please.
Yeah, well, Randy's got to do some more phone work, so go ahead.
So the same day as this benefit for the Humane Society.
Wait, we have
really? The 13th?
competition?
If you do this, if you do this
can do
in
both.
if you do this in the morning,
Oh, okay.
there is the second annual Westminster Pride Festival on East Main Street in Westminster. We're going to close down all the way from Church to Center.
Oh.
And there's going to be 90 plus vendors, a lot of local restaurants represented. Yes.
There's going to be food?
There's tons of food, alcohol, fun games for kids. It's
Oh,
a family
wow.
event. Rainbows Love.
What time does it start?
It starts at noon and it runs until 5.
So you
Oh,
can get
you
your
could definitely do both.
You can go your flea market
Absolutely do both.
to your Pride Parade.
Yeah, I mean that you got your whole day planned, and then go out to a nice dinner at a local restaurant afterward.
Can you get a snowball from the flea market at the Ag Center that morning and bring it to the Pride Festival?
Sure.
You could,
Might melt.
however, there are 2 separate snowball vendors at Pride.
This is going to be Dennis's Vietnam.
Just me and Donald Trump have some tough Vietnam.
And and if all goes
My own
according to
personal
plan,
Vietnam.
if all goes to our according to plan, fingers crossed, guys. Are you with me on this?
Yeah.
I think we should do a live.
I'm going to be
broadcast.
I'm going to be out of the country that week.
Well, I guess
I get back on the 14th.
I guess it's just you and me, Dennis.
Yeah.
You're talking about July 13th.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, because I was like, isn't today the 13th? I like missed that whole.
Yeah. That's why I was late.
You're out of the country.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
I'll be
they,
on a cruise.
They let you leave.
I guess we'll have to do it without you.
Okay. That's fine. I'll splice it all. Splice me in.
Okay, we'll splice you in. Dennis and I can interview some drag queens, and you're missing a golden opportunity.
It really is. But wait a minute. 90 vendors? Mm-hmm. So 90 tents? Mm-hmm. Wow.
That's great.
We've got all of East Main Street closed there for, like I said, from Church to Center, and all the way down Court Street and a couple of the alleys. It's going to be amazing.
How many were there last year?
I think there were about 70 some.
Wow. How did that go?
We brought over 2,500 people into town, and we aim to double that this year. So
Damn. Oh, you're going to triple that, I bet.
we've got live music. We've got all kinds of bands, local bands.
Damn.
It's going to be a good time, kids.
All right.
Brandy, though, you can't.
Pride Fest.
Who puts that together? Does Westminster Main Street?
No, we actually formed a nonprofit organization. It's called the Westminster Pride Festival, and we're a 501c3 through the Carroll Community Foundation.
All right.
That's official.
And
right.
all the proceeds are going to go towards scholarships for LGBTQ students.
Nothing bad about that.
It's good charitable stuff. So, I think we end the week on the Golden Tractor Crank. It's been a little while, but we've got some livestock.
Yeah, apparently a pig was seen sitting on a road. I forgot the name of the
Marshall
road.
Road.
Marshall Road in Hampstead? Mm-hmm. Is that where that is? Yeah.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
Now,
Top 10 list, though.
That's his
But
golden tractor cranky.
it turned out they were talking about a cop.
What?
Really?
I'm just kidding. It
Oh.
was actually a pig.
Oh, God.
I would have believed it. I didn't read the comments I didn't check the comments in the past few days.
You got us, Randy.
In the last second, I thought, I wonder if he was talking about like a speed trap. Like that would make sense.
Mm-hmm.
But no, it was actually a pig.
Do you think there's any reasonable use for the police department to hire a pig? Because that would really be meta.
Yeah, that would. But I don't know what
Maybe
they
if they wanted to find some truffles.
Oh yeah, the truffle police.
Truffle pig.
God.
All right, there's a top 10 list.
There is a top 10 list.
What is the top 10 list? Is it a top 10 lists?
No, I have that, but that's not
For a rainy day.
No, that's for a rainy day. That's for when I don't feel like writing one. I was inspired this week by one of our stories.
Oh, okay.
It's the top 10 new donut flavors at Shoppers.
Oh, I'm looking forward to trying them.
You're going to really like these. Number 10 is the fentanyl frosted.
Oh, love it.
Is that the stuff that was in the diet pill that was killing people years ago? Fen?
Fentanyl is used in drugs today,
It's
too.
a painkiller, yeah.
It's not a stimulant?
I'm not sure if it is or not,
Okay.
to be honest with you. I mean, that's
We have a dearth of medical knowledge on this podcast.
that's the thing that's killing people that they're including with heroin.
Word of the day, dearth.
That is a nice word of the
Yeah.
day. Number 9, bodily fluid glazed.
Oh, yeah.
And that can be any kind of bodily fluid that you of your choosing.
I think that guy had all of them.
Number 8, you guys have heard of Cronuts, right?
Yes.
They used to have them at Shoppers, actually.
The new flavor is Bob's Nuts.
Oh.
Number 7, cockroach crullers. They should be good.
I like to think the cockroaches are inside, and it's like a interactive one where they like burst out.
Yeah, I think that would be like 4 and 20 blackbirds baked into a pie.
Yeah.
I got to confess, I'm taking Bob's nuts and cockroach, and I'm sort of applying them to my own vendors at Pride Fest, and it's just not turning out well.
Oh no.
None of these donut flavors will be featured at Pride. What were we on? Number 6, toe jam with toenail clipping sprinkles.
If I was never eating donuts before, I'm definitely never eating them again.
You're gonna eat donuts.
Probably.
Number 5. This is a really nice form of recycling. The cracker aisle crumb. So they sweep up, what happens in the cracker aisle. And they just
Yeah.
crumb.
White people.
Yeah. Number 4, sugared booger. That's a good one.
Gosh.
This was inspired by the.
I imagine that's like looks like a lemon frosting
I don't wanna
inside,
know.
but
I
it's
don't wanna
like
know.
really just snot.
Number 3 is.
Oh, did you get that? Did you
No.
already say?
What did he say?
No, you'll have to listen back.
I said it looks like a lemon frosting inside, but it's really just snot.
Ooh.
Why is that so
interesting.
bad?
Well, that's more like loogie.
Yeah.
Well, the next one is lemon squeeze me, inspired by the guy who was fingering all of the
Gosh.
products. Number 2 in the tradition of the sort of things that happen at Shoppers are the "Are you looking for a date?" holes. And the number 1 new donut flavor at Shoppers Food Warehouse is the Boston in cream filled.
Thank you for not saying cream pie.
That would not be a donut. That would be a Little Debbie's.
That would be a pie.
Yeah.
The grown-up Debbie, not little.
All right. So that's it. I'm Dennis Twig.
I'm Randy Goldstein, I
I'm
think.
Sherri Osfeld Joseph.
I'm out of here.
Oh, he threw down his headphones.